Hey guys, welcome to another episode in the deep playthrough of Gran Turismo 4. This is a part of the replay of the third race in the 1,000-mile endurance event in the European races bucket or category or European events. This is the first event or championship where I actually have to use B-Spec. So I didn't record the full B-Spec because I also sped up the time, because otherwise it just takes a ridiculous amount of time, which I unfortunately don't have. Otherwise I would really put in much more time myself, but yeah, it is what it is. Anywho, I did the first stint manual in A-Spec in the previous episodes. Then I turned over the wheel to B-Spec driver Bob, and I think he managed to secure the win. Indeed, we are in quite an overpowered car for the rest compared to the rest of the field, but yeah, that's also to minimize races being lost and having to redo them. That would just be annoying. There is one thing, I'm even not sure how many races there are. There are 4 or 5. It could also be 4 that we will now be going to the last race. But before doing that, I would like to save the game, because I had it before one time that the emulator crashed, and if it now crashes there will be so much time lost. That would be crazy. Let's quickly double check whether the what's it called again? Progressive scan is on. Yes, that is on. I knew I enabled it, but the emulator has been running for so long now with that B-Spec with 3 pretty long races that I was wondering maybe it reverted back, because the screen did look a little bit fuzzy. And ProLogic, or not ProLogic, what the hell did it say? Progressive scan really makes the picture quality much higher compared to interlaced, I think. Alright, now let's do lock in the progress. And continue with that event. So we were in the European events. Yes, let's go to race 4. And I will do the same. I will do the first stint myself and then hand it over to Bob, the B-Spec driver. Final race. So it's indeed only 4 races. That's nice. Yeah, so we are in France, Le Mans circuit. I did notice in the first race of this championship on the Nürburgring with the long straights that the car really hits the rev limiter on the straights way too early, I would say. So I don't know if the gearbox is adjustable. I don't think it is. No, it's not. Alright, anyways, doesn't matter because the competition is much slower. But at one point, in the 2 episodes ago, or 3 or something, when we started out with B-Spec, I actually had another, it was not a Shelby Cobra, but it was an AC car. I think the car where the Shelby Cobra is based upon, which was super quick. And that one actually had a higher top speed on the straight. And so if that car would have been on the grids still, then I really would have had to adjust the gearbox for this race. Although I do think my car was, on paper the Shelby Cobra is I think a much lighter, 300 kg lighter than that other AC. I googled it and it has like 10 or 15 horsepower more. So I do think that the Shelby Cobra is, I'm not sure whether I said AC Cobra, it's more or less the same thing of course, but yeah, it's called officially I think on the screen Shelby Cobra. I do think it's quicker in the corner section, so probably maybe even with the default gearbox, despite having a lower top speed on the straights. We could still have one, I don't know. Although in this track there, the straights are of course incredibly long, so that would have given a major advantage to that AC Cobra on this track. So probably it would have been very difficult to get first place against him on this track with the default gearbox, but I'm now only talking hypotheticals and I should stop that. We should just get into the race. So here we go. It's a really fun car, this Shelby Cobra. One of my favorite cars in the game. The sound is very good for GT4 standards. The handling, it's scary, it is twitchy, but it's not uncontrollable. It's really, this car really can give you like a rush, like when it goes well on the limit, it can be quite exhilarating. And it's really in a class of its own compared to the competition. This is what I mean. The car, of course the tires are cold now, but the car really slides around, but you can control that slide to a certain extent. You just don't. You should not forget to brake. That's important in this car. Here, this is what I mean with the limiter. I have the feeling that the car could go much quicker. I think this car could hit 270, 300, and we're only doing 240. Ah, we are on the old layout, so we don't have the chicanes. I like this one better. I don't know actually. The chicanes do provide a bit of variation, because otherwise it's really a long straight. You see, the E-Type is keeping up quite well. That's probably because it also has the same top speed. Wouldn't surprise me if that E-Type can also hit 240. But our acceleration is much bigger, so this is where we gain time. But still, hitting the rev limiter. Holy shit. Alright, now also the Porsche S's are coming up, which will be tricky in this car, I guess. But overall, I really like this circuit. And also this version in GT4, it just is very well done. The color tone. Everything just really see that they paid very nice attention to detail. And man, this car is really a handful. You really have to slide it through these corners. But if it goes right, it's just amazing. Check out the people, the crowds. Fuck me. Yeah. So it can of course also go wrong, and if it does go wrong, this is what I mean. It's so annoying. I have to find the shit. I have to find the sorry. The reverse gear, which is a very tiny button on my steering wheel, which has like 15 buttons. And if the wheel spins around because the car is sliding all over the place, it's not self-centering. Then it's really hard to figure out where that little button is. If the wheel, for instance, is turned. Oh shit! Screwing it up. If the wheel is turned, for example, 180 degrees, yeah, then it's quite disorientating where the reverse button is. That's why I'm always quite slow with recovering from a spin like that. Anyways, we are still in first, all good. The front tires are even still cold. Front is medium, rear is hard compound. To brake as much as possible in a straight line in this car. You really want to avoid fishtailing. Especially when you are in a corner. Screwing it up over here. Fuck me, man. Alright, learning moments. I need to brake better for that corner. In other cars, I can take that corner much more aggressively, but in this car, it's so tricky when the rear starts to slide. Of course, the rear in this car, besides the drivetrain layout, front engine, rear wheel drive, of course we also have tires that accentuate that characteristics. We have harder compounds to the rear for durability. That also makes the rear even more oversteery than it already is. And I, for the first time, also am paying attention to the banners on the sides, like the boarding, and there's one pretty cool one that we will pass in a second with the Club de l'Automobile de l'Ouest. I think it means Automobile Club from the East. We are coming up, here it is, Automobile Club de l'Ouest. And then it says, what the hell does it say? Oh. My bad, I was distracted by the boarding. I wanted to see what those red signs said. Maybe we get a chance next time we fly by. But again, that's a nice little attention to detail. That Automobile Club de l'Ouest, that is indeed a real car club. And also the road signs, because this is also a public road. They are really the one that's coming up to the right now, that white sign here. The color tone and the colors themselves, they are totally in line with real life signs in France. They really did a good job of making you feel that you're in France. And also the slight undulations in the roads. That's something that Polyphony Digital does better than any other developer, I find. Like the little bumps and kinks and dips. It says very well done. Alright, now let's take this right kink a little bit more controlled. The one that's coming up now, where I hit the gravel pits before. I brake too early. Alright, I'm going through here very conservatively. Alright, and I'm going to cut the corner here. Oh shit, car's fishtailing. Alright, cutting the curbs slightly. Man, it's such a fun car and a fun track. Fuck me. Alright, good thing I have a head start. This is... Hello. Man. This is some deep ass gravel pit. Ah, now we can read this sign. Tu lineo, action auto. Alright. Now we are totally in the know about the boarding. Also to the left over there was like a restaurant with some letters on it. It's probably the name of the restaurant. Would like to check that out as well. This is really pretty damn good sound for such an old Gran Turismo game, where the sound always was quite underwhelming compared to competitor racing games. That shifting down really was quite epic sound. Okay. Damn it! What an idiot. I have yet to drive a clean lap, I think. Drifting through the corners, through the S's. Oh shit! Oh fuck! Almost fishtailed up. Right, but the tires are holding up pretty well, I must say. Of course, this is not the hardest track for tires, I would say. I mean, compared to a city circuit where you have like many more corners and braking points, etc. Alright, let's quickly see what that restaurant sign says. bar restaurants. Just says bar restaurants. Probably totally a real life place. Just like the hotel in the middle of the Nürburgring. Probably also cool to read the road signs to see if they are accurate. Pretty sure they will be. Right, we are lapping our first cars. Imagine in real life driving your Volkswagen Carmen Ghia and then a Shelby Cobra on top speed blast by with the V8 flame spitting exhaust on the side. God damn it, that's epic. Man, the sound in this car is just amazing for, especially that shifting down, going into the high gears of the lower gear when you're in the braking zone. That's pretty amazing for a Gran Turismo game. Gran Turismo 7 I think is much better in the sound department. But around this time, Gran Turismo three and 4 sound really was not that great in a lot of cars. For example, the Mazda 787B, which is supposed to be really an emotion-evoking screaming machine. It really feels a little bit like a vacuum cleaner. Right, the Vulcan renderer does have slight dips here. Holy shit. Alright, and again, not a clean lap. I'm an idiot. Alright, let's try to drive at least one clean lap now. Alright, here we go. Alright, 427. Oh, best lap 499. Let's try to beat that. Alright. Way too much braking needlessly over there. Almost lost it there. Holy shit, almost lost it there. Holy shit, drifting around. Right, we're looking for a 419. car almost started sliding. This is where you really can make a lot of time, I think, in these S's, if you have the balls to do it well. And I screwed up that last section. Could have gotten quicker through the chicane over there, 4:15. We did do a best lap, personal best. Let's see if we can top that. Rear tires are slowly starting to become yellow. Alright, now the tricky parts, getting through the S's with slightly degraded rear tires. Again, that last corner. No, I don't think I'm taking it optimally. But we have 2 seconds gain, 4:13. Let's see if we can top that. Alright, I also have to start to pay attention where the pit entrance is. No idea. I think it's somewhere near that last chicane. Wow. Right, this is not a winning run anymore. I really barely touched the grass. And it was enough to start fishtailing. God damn it. I would have liked to beat that 413. Alright, we can do one more lap, but that will probably not be a quick lap because tires really are going. We can always try, do or die. Right, where is the pits? I think the pit is to the right over here. Alright, actually best lap still. Don't ask me why. Right, this is not a well-driven section. Maybe we can still make it up. I mean, I got a 413 while going off track pretty significantly in the previous lap. Maybe if we drive it buttery smooth, we could get into the sub 410. I doubt it, because the rear wheels, rear tires are a little bit of a goner. Alright, that's a second place car in front, the Mercedes 300 SL. Still quite quick for such an old car. 1954 I think it is. We are in a car that is more than 10 years newer. I think the Shelby Cobra is, I don't know, 64, 68, I don't know. 65 maybe. 66 can be anything 60s, but at least a lot newer than 19. '54. But how epic is this? Driving Le Mans in your Shelby Cobra, blasting past the Mercedes 300 SL. God damn it, epic. Oops, almost fishtailing. I felt the rear unsettling. Alright, but the question is, do I still go for another lap after this one? Yeah, I have to, otherwise I cannot clock a full time, because the pit entrance is before start finish. Alright, but this will not be a good time. I'm feeling that I'm taking these 90-degree corners slower than previously. This will be, I think, a 4:15 or something. You really want in this car, you want that controlled slides. Oops, car is sliding around way too much. Holy shit, it was an improvement, not by a lot. But an improvement is an improvement. Right. I was even thinking of making this a good lap. I pretty much screwed that up. I think I did see the Jaguar in front, so we could at least, before pitting in, hoping to lap the Jaguar. There it is. Here we come, Jaguar. Oh, almost fishtailing. Keeping its own, the E-Type. Nice. But the Shelby Cobra will devour it eventually. Again, epic overtake in a Shelby Cobra overtaking. I'm not sure whether it's a V12 E-Type or a V6, I think it's a V6, but either way, super epic. And you see it more or less has the same top speeds as the Shelby. Well, the Shelby really is much more powerful. Man, I wonder whether in GT7, whether you can also race this Le Mans in the rain at night. That would be epic. Fuck me. Here, this is what I mean. Where the fuck is the... Where I couldn't find the... Oh shit! Take it easy, man. I couldn't find the reverse gear, the button on the wheel. Alright, that was also not good for the rear tires. That scrubbed off quite some rubber, I would say. Holy shit. Alright, let's just do one more lap just for the fun of it. Will not be the quickest because the tires are really on the way out. You also see that the rear left tire is a little bit more reddish than the rear right tire, which makes sense because most of the corners are fuck me, and again screwing it up here, are right-handers, so all the weight is being put to the left tires, so that the rear left is in worse condition than the rear right tire. It's actually very nicely modeled. But the front tires, they are hardly worn at all. That's also fun to see, that really in other tracks I think the front tires would by now also be a little bit yellowish. But yeah, there are just not that many corners on this track compared to other tracks, so maybe I'm just spouting nonsense. But it wouldn't surprise me if on this track the front tires just have a little bit of an easier time than on other tracks. So that means that the tire wear really is modeled depending on the amount of work that the tires have to do. It's not just simply based on time lapsing, for instance, that all the tires equally after an X amount of time, let's say 10 minutes, will degrade. No, it's really about how much stress is put onto them, it seems. Alright, but now the tires really start to also spin under second gear acceleration, which they didn't do before. Also really have to stay clear of the curbs because the car can be unsettled. The thing is just brake early enough, steer in and only hit full throttle once the steering wheel is straight again. Of course you can also apply throttle while you are still turning in this car for sure. Probably you're quicker than drifting around corners. But But if you have like worn tires like I do now, it's really a bit of Russian roulette. Here, this is what I mean. Car really starts to behave weirdly. Alright, I think it's time to pit in, or shall we do one more lap? Oh shit, I'm braking for no reason. Alright, we will do one more lap just to... Oh shit, I don't have any gasoline anymore. Holy shit, that was a close call. Alright, that's actually something that I really didn't have to pay attention to before, and that is the fuel gauge. Maybe with 2 bars we could have indeed still did one extra lap, but I'm not taking that chance to just lose the race just because I run out of fuel. Alright, so that was it. My stint. Now Bob is behind the wheel. Man, that's a good thing. I noticed that fuel gauge. Coincidentally, I wasn't even paying attention to it at all. Holy shit. Bob immediately spins out. Come on, Bob. What are you doing? Come on, Bob, no jokings. Alright, we will put him on fast. He can be a bit more aggressive, and we also will enable the overtake button. Otherwise, he will just stay behind cars in front, which is not what you want. Alright, nice slide, Bob. Controlled slides. Really like it. Bob is learning. Check it out, these fans that you see behind or in front of the radiator. Such a cool car. Man, it's here. We can now, indeed, I saw the road sign. And it indeed had some accurate, it was accurate. It said Mulsanne, and I think that's like a village. This is called the Mulsanne Strait, I think. This part of the track. Probably a straight road leading towards the village Mulsanne. But anyways, this car is just amazing. Although it's a little bit let down by the rev limiter, the gearing in 4th gear on the straight. I think there's much more in the reserve. This car could hit 270, I would say, easily. Probably quicker. Anyways, amazing pictures or shots. Alright, good work, Bob. Controlled. Slow is steady, steady is fast, Bob. Also the white lettering on the tires, at least I thought there were, so I didn't see it now, but I think it is on there, the Goodyear brand name. That's all such nice detail. That little oil cooler below the big water radiator. Yes, there's white lettering on the tires. There's so much little detail in this game. If you start to pay attention to it, it's just crazy. Alright, anyways guys, let's bear Bob adieu. Let's end it after Bob has done one full lap. Let's see how Bob tackles the S's. Right, a little bit wide. Very nice, controlled slide. Slow is steady, steady is fast, Bob. And making use of the extreme width of the track on the curbs. Alright, this is a little bit too extreme. Come on, Bob. You can do, you know you're better than this, Bob. But that's the good thing of having a Shelby Cobra. It really does matter. Bob, come on. Here you go. There you go. He still has to learn a little bit. But yeah, this is his first lap on the track. Man, I would be a great race director. Lead by example and by giving others the opportunity to excel. Like Bob now. God damn it. Bob is a high potential. Come on, Bob. You know you're better than that. Bob, what are you doing? Anyways, that was Bob's first lap on Le Mans. I hope I will be a little bit disappointed if he screws up first place. But then again, he has like one. Come on, Bob, you're better than that. He has like one full lap advantage. We lapped the competition. So I trust Bob to take it over the finish line in first in approximately 75 laps from now. Anyways. No, it's only 35. I thought it was 99 laps. That would be crazy. So he has to do 22 laps. So yeah, we basically did it both. He does 2/3, I did 1/3. Anyways, we are going to accelerate speed. Like so, 3 times speed acceleration. And then in the next episode we will be hopefully completing this endurance 1000-mile championship in first place, and then we will be doing I think the Schwarzwald races, but those are A-Spec, so I will have to fully tackle them fully behind the wheel myself. Looking forward to that. Guys, hope you enjoyed, hope to see you there, and for the meantime, don't forget, always do keep on gaming. Later. By the way, why is that avatar of the cars? They are super low res. It's a little bit more low res than, yeah, maybe it used to be like that as well, because of course the PlayStation 2 had much lower internal resolution. So when you bump it up via the emulator, it becomes more pronounced. What are you doing, Bob? He's again off the track. But anyways, yeah, probably that was before as well. That is just how the game is. Shit, we went off the track. But yeah, there's not really a but anymore. We will just be hoping, fingers crossed, that Bob keeps first place, and then we will be continuing the career. For the meantime, guys, do not forget also yourself, always do keep on gaming. Later.